Hi guys, welcome to the Reno and Design Show virtual edition. I'm so excited today to have Beck from Elska Interiors and Kate from Hortecouture. Thanks for coming in, ladies.
Hi Rachel, thanks so much for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, this is so nice, and very excited today to talk about something that should be on the forefront of everyone's mind when they are deciding whether or not to renovate and what to bring in and what concept. This is biophilic design. So if you want to inform anyone at home who doesn't know what this is, what this concept means to you guys and to your businesses.
So biophilic design actually is a Latin word which means love of nature, and it really is about our connection to nature and the importance of including it within our built environment. So it's more of an understanding of the way that we react physically and psychologically to nature and how we can apply that to create better lives.
Yeah, biophilia essentially describes the way that human beings have this innate desire to connect with nature. And that could be anything from staring into the flames of a campfire to watching the waves crash onto the beach at the ocean. And it includes nature in your backyard, in your garden and your home, and it's about biophilic design is about trying to enrich our lives with nature instead of avoiding it and pushing it to one side, which I think is what we've been doing in the past. So sterile, very clinical workspaces and general sort of functional buildings, government buildings, are now embracing this move towards including nature. So hospitals, prisons, schools, office buildings, as I said, and the home are all now taking advantage of this movement towards having a greater connection with nature and really bringing that into our lives.
Yeah.
And in regards to COVID, how do you think that will transform into the home?
Well, I think that as the national parks closed down and we were really stuck in our homes for a lot of us, people started to realise their disconnect within their homes to their natural environments, and as a result, things like View from My Window on Facebook, that group became huge because people wanted to be able to see nature and natural environments again, and we started getting in touch with gardening again, didn't we?
Absolutely, yeah. So one of the biggest trends I think to come out of the COVID-19 pandemic was the need to have our own private outdoor space. So having access to your own green sanctuary, whether that's as a small balcony or courtyard or even a large garden, has become hugely important to us. And it's something that's becoming even more significant now as we design our homes of the future going forward. It's something that people want to have. They're recognising this need to have that space. I was reading an article just yesterday about what it was like in apartment living in America, and only 1 in 8 people has access to a balcony. And when you consider the lives that people have been living during this lockdown period, it was so stressful in so many different ways, and having access to that space does so much for our health and well-being that I think we're only now starting to appreciate.
Yes, that's right. And there are actually a lot of studies out there now proving that there is positive benefits of a connection to nature. So for instance, the Melbourne University did a study where they reviewed a view to nature. So a 40-second view to nature will actually increase your cognitive capacity, which is extraordinarily useful. And there is a study about Japanese forest bathing, which is the idea of spending time in a forest without any technology. And that Japanese forest bathing can increase your immune system through increasing fighter cells, and it can also decrease your cortisol level, so it decreases stress, so you are actually healthier for the experience of spending time in a forest. And those effects will last for up to 30 days post that visit. So why wouldn't you then include some of that into your own home?
Something so important when you consider how much technology is coming into the world, and how you do have to remember and remind yourself to reconnect with nature as much as possible for your own well-being.
Yeah, our lives have become really fast-paced, and we have lost touch a little bit with that natural environment, and we've become so good at building and moving nature aside, that we've forgotten a little bit to include it. So I often go into people's homes and they don't even have a single plant within their home, or potentially sometimes even a view to nature. Sometimes they've just got a view through their window to a fence or to a brick wall. So there's really become this serious disconnect to nature.
Absolutely. And in regards to designing, what are the most important elements to consider from your guys' perspective in regards to COVID now, in regards to new design, in regards to biophilic design? What are those important elements?
I think one of the most important things to consider, I think, is how you want to use your space. If you've currently got an outdoor space, how are you using it now? How would you like to use it? How would you like to feel in that space? And who is it for? Are you considering pets and children and extended family that you want to have sitting around an entertaining area? Do you need a children's play area? Would you like a fire pit? But also think about things like sustainability, which is another key trend that's come out of COVID as well, and the need for using more natural materials and things that are a bit more eco-friendly in our choices. So that's things like diverse gardens, using paths that will allow the water to permeate through instead of concrete to block it off and cause problems with stormwater. There's lots of things to consider, I think, but I think it's speaking to somebody who can help guide you through that myriad of decisions and the thought process as well is really helpful.
And I suppose too, in Australia we have, you know, these beautiful native animals, we have these beautiful native plants, this flora and fauna.
Birds, the insects.
And how to incorporate that into our, you know, natural home ecosystem as well. I mean, there's so much, there's a lot of exotic plants and everything, but I suppose you guys are out in Sanford. Right? So I suppose you have that opportunity to incorporate those native plants.
Yes, that's right.
And like what that brings.
Yeah, that's right. That's really important to be able to connect where you live to your home so that you're not creating homes that are completely disconnected, and that way your home becomes more grounding for where you live. And also doing things inside your home, like incorporating those natural materials, so incorporating timbers and natural stones and rounded furniture that offers that organic form that can be really useful for giving connection to nature. But definitely, I think out of the COVID pandemic and our lockdown situation, I think that the requirement for homes to be more adaptable as well, and for them to give joy and the opportunity to renew a home as well.
It actually really cleanses the air inside as well. If you have like plants, doesn't it clean the air?
That's one of the easiest ways to incorporate biophilic design, is to bring lots of plants in, but it's not the only way.
No.
But yeah, plants will help to reduce stress levels, reduce blood pressure, increase your cognitive capacity as well, increase your productivity. There's a whole load of reasons to include them, but I think bringing the outside in and helping to blur the boundaries between inside and outside is something that Australians are famous for, having that climate to be able to do that.
That openness.
And it's actually so much more important than we were giving it credit for. It's doing so much more for our own health and well-being than I think any of us ever realised.
So as soon as something was taken away from us, like you can't go outside, you can't go to the national parks. This is what's, you know, our home environment is our immediate environment. So how to incorporate that now?
And I think we have probably been looking at our home environment as a place that we quickly touch base with as a launch pad to just pop off to other places. But in actual fact, it needs to be more than that. It needs to be somewhere that helps us to renew and recuperate. And in the event that we are in a lockdown, take care of us.
Very nice. Well, so nice to chat to you guys. If you want to know more about Elska Interiors or Hortecouture, you can access their Instagram handles below in the description, or you can come to the show in March. They'll be joining a conversation panel as well, talking about biophilic design, or just meet them in the flesh at their stand. So thank you so much, and see you for the next virtual session.